Hi guys, how you doing? From my window to yours. Um, yeah, things been okay here. Not too bad. Um, Work's going okay. My weight's been mm, not plateaued. I don't want to say plateaued. It's been up and down, but I'm maintaining, and I'm not ready to maintain yet. Um, I've been hovering around. Not gone above 210. I think the highest I've been in the last couple weeks, like 205, 203 to 205. I've been hovering at. I want to break that 200. I want to get below that. A lack of discipline on my part for, I'm meeting my daily step goals, but I've not been committed yet totally to the exercise. 3 times a week I am. And the last couple weeks I have been doing that. Um, but I don't know. Food calls to me. It's like Chris wanted pizza today, and I'm like, yeah, let's get you pizza, but I'm not going to eat any. Well, I have had 2 pieces, but that's it, just two. And he only gets cheese pizza. That's not an excuse. Again, not an excuse, but yeah, I did have 2 pieces. Um, well, I think this is going to be a real short video today because there's not much going on at all. Um, Thinking about um, yeah, I'll bring this up because I talk about everything on this channel anyway, and I'll talk about gaming soon. There's not much news there, but um, okay, yeah, a couple things in the background. Chris is playing his Destiny, and if you remember my new puppy, Keiko, she's been going in and out, in and out. So you might hear there she is right there, Keiko. Let's see if you can see her. There she is. That's Keiko. Yeah. Yeah, you see, I still need we finished the floors in here, but I need to figure out what kind of flooring I'm going to get. Hey, if you guys have any ideas about flooring, I'm open to hear. Maybe Berber again, possibly Berber. I'm thinking of just doing cheap linoleum, but I don't want it too. I don't want anything too cheap. So okay. What was I saying? Oh, anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit about my thoughts on society. And I was thinking this the other day, and with the advent of CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, 24-hour news, let's call it, that and that when did that come along? In the 80s, early 80s. I remember HBO was in the late 70s. But yeah, CNN I think started it off 24-hour news. So with that, with the internet, and it's like we are getting information overload. But the problem that we have as humans is we've taken that critical thinking that we used to do and just like threw it out the window. Years ago, when I subscribed to an actual newspaper that I actually read. Um, I knew where the opinion pages were. I knew the editorials were there. I knew that was somebody's just opinion. Where I was confident with the news that I was reading was unbiased and true and factual. The news that I was reading. Um, and now today, it's like you need to stop and think about what you're looking at, what you're seeing, and don't become, I call it a sheeple. Don't become one of those sheeple that follow blindly something, some idea, somebody, um, without thinking about it first. I'm not going to really get deep into the political side of what I'm saying, but I think as a society, if we stop and look and think critically about, hey, is this true? I think we would have a new perspective of things, and I think life would be so much better. Um, so yeah, next time you're reading something, you see something maybe on Facebook or on Twitter, what have you, just stop and think, who's the source? Where is this coming from? Is it um, a legitimate organization that's kind of not left leaning or right leaning? Is it a non biased viewpoint, or is there bias in there? Yeah, and what is the bias? Um, if you know what I mean, anyway, I think we've lost that because it's like people have been overwhelmed with you get information hitting you left and right as soon as you wake up, probably as soon as you go to bed. A lot of it to blame is this. Now, I'm a programmer, I'm a big tech guy. I sit behind a computer probably a good 80% of my day. I want to take the 80%. When I lose this weight, yeah, I'm getting through that, but I need to pledge also to cut down on my screen time. I'll call it screen time. We've got this screen. We've got right over here. I've got the TV screen. The Tigers are on right now, playing the Red Sox, by the way, and they're winning 2-0, which is good. I'm looking at a monitor here. I've got a monitor here. I've got like 3 monitors surrounding me in this room, and then I've got this, and it's like we bury our face in our screens and don't pay attention to the outside world. Don't pay attention to. It's like I don't have that connection. I don't have. Uh, I call it family game night, where you sit down and you play. Not a video game, not a screen game, but a board game. Sitting around playing cards, sitting around playing Monopoly, something like that. At least for me, I've lost that. And I don't think I'm alone. I'd love to look to see a study to see how many people have lost that because of these idiot machines. And I call them idiot machines again because of all of that information that keeps hitting us all day long. And it's like, you can't critically think everything you see. But one thing you can do is don't automatically think that everything you see is real or true. And so, anyway, I've had that on my mind for a little while. And yeah, that's it. So, let's see, what else was I gonna talk? Oh yeah, my garden. I'm actually, I'm trying to weigh myself being a first year gardener, like with a real garden. I've had little gardens in the past, but this one's not a major, big, huge, but it's got several variety of things in it. And right now I'm calling it kind of a semi-success, but kind of not. It's like because half the garden I've gotten some zucchini from it. I've gotten a few yellow squash from it. They're about like this size right now. I've got 3 or 4 acorn squash that are growing out there. I've got corn, just a few corn, and it's feed corn is what it is. It's not sweet corn. Um, but what I'm going to do with the stalks in the fall, I'm going to use them for decoration outside when it's done because I like wrapping them up for the fall and using them for decoration. And something else I hope that is going to come along is the vines are immense or huge, and the little squiggly, whatever you call them, outshoots or whatever that are clinging onto things. Those are my pumpkins, and I've gotten a lot of blossoms along the way, but I've not yet seen. I think today I did see one though. It's like about this big. But my pumpkins, I hope those come along because here in, let's see, we're going to August, September, 3 months. I'm hoping to have some harvest some pumpkins. I'll at least be able to share them with the neighborhood. Um, and I'm growing orange and white. It's a mix. So. But the garden's coming along, and the beans. Oh, my beans. And I thought I had vine beans that grow on the vine, but they aren't. I found out they're bush beans. They're snap beans, which are fine with me because I've harvested plenty of them. I've harvested a lot. And did somebody get a home run? Oh, he caught it. Oh, he almost had a home run. I wonder who that was. Anyway, I'm sorry, guys. Uh, but the beans, yeah, they're bush beans and there's snap beans, and I've been harvesting quite a bit of those too. Something else I had too is when I went to Myers, it was probably about 2 months ago. They had these herbs. They had dill, they had basil, and some others. Anyway, I bought a basil, just a small little basil plant, and I used it for cooking. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want this thing to die, so I planted it, and actually, it's come back. It's grown back, and I'm able to harvest some basil from it and off it and use it for cooking. So I'm enjoying this fresh. I call it farm to table. It's not really a farm. I don't have a farm, but garden to table. I love it, and I'm eating so much healthier. So I've had that going on. Uh, what else? Yeah, I think that's about it. Gaming. I hate to say, guys, nothing new, nothing new. Playing Diablo, playing my little arcade, or what do you want to call them? Oh, my little games. But the bigger ones. Oh, and I did get Bulletstorm for Steam the other day. It was on like a really, really good. It was only a couple dollars. So I'm playing through Bulletstorm now on the PC, which is good. And yeah, Diablo though. Diablo's still my go-to game, and Gems of War. Uh, and I've got like probably a good 20, 30 games on the PC I just need to get to and play. I've heard Limbo is incredible, and I've got it on the computer. I've not even started. I've not even played it. The last part of Super Lucky's Tale that Ivan had given to me, I got the DLC for it, and I've gotten to the final boss. Have I finished her? No, I've not. So, yeah, I don't know why. It's just I don't know if it's me or because I'm doing other things, or like I alluded to earlier, trying to get away from the screen, and it's like I come back to the computer and I'm like, okay, what am I going to play? And I start playing something, and I don't get that. I don't feel that immersion into it anymore, and it's like, kind of bored with it. Time to go on to something else. I don't know. That's been my state of gaming lately. And what else? Yeah, that's it. I guess that's it. This is going on. It's a little over 10 minutes, which is fine. I didn't want this to be a super long vlog or video, just to catch up and say hi. So anyway, let me know how you guys are doing, and I appreciate you watching. I do want to say that. I know there's what I've got 45 subscribers. I think not much, and it's okay with me. I don't care. Really don't care. I gain some, then I lose some. I'm not promoting the channel. It's okay. It's not a monetized channel anyway. It's just as long as I might have somebody out there thinking or enjoying what I'm saying. That's fine with me. Making these online friends. So anyway, guys, you have a great week coming up, and yeah, and I'll do the same here. Be safe and take care, and we will chat with you again soon.